the morning to you laddies. My name is Ahmed and welcome to Game Jam. It's way too energetic for me. Hi, as you can see, got a few upgrades, right? This, I also upgraded the keyboard. There's no way in hell you'll be able to see it actually. Hold on. I gotta show you. Got a ducky. It's so nice. Right, so, Game Jam. I participated in the Jacksepticeye Game Jam, and it is so good. The Game Jam is so good. So many good games happened, and I'm kind of proud of my own game. I had a little bit of difficulty in managing my time with university and whatnot, but I would say I did a good job. I'm going to show you the game. I'm going to show you a few of the games that I actually liked from the Game Jam, and then I'm going to tell you what to do and what not to do in Game Jams, and that's what I think. I haven't done this in a minute. I'm a little nervous, actually. Anyways, as you can see in front of me right now, there's this beautiful empty Unity, right? I put quite a bit of effort in the UI. I'm kind of proud of it, as you can see, the beautiful Code Flow Studios logo. Right, you can skip it, however. You can see the toe sucker. Oh, I did not see that one. Anyways, right, so this is the leaderboard. I actually have it hooked up to my my backend, the same backend that I use for CodeFlowStudios.com. Go check it out. You know, you got your settings, get saved and whatnot. If you want to mess with the graphics settings, you know, you can quit, play, and then you see this beautiful game. I would say I actually did a lovely job with... Oh, why is Unity refresh? Oh, God. Apparently it was still loading some assets, but anyways, I would say I did a lovely job with how the game feels and looks. Right, you can see these axed lovely people. Ghosts, very spooky ghosts. So you need to kill them because they did some very terrible things. If they kill you, however, let me just take a sip of my beautiful cappuccino while he humps me to death. Okay, enough, man. You know, you can type your username in here, submit the thing, or you can skip or quit, whatever you want. And then, goodness, Unity, load your damn shaders, man. Anyways, so beautiful. You know, what's it called? Computer display. I went for a nice, you know, retro vibe. And what happens is, right, the theme was death is an opportunity. And what I thought would be nice is you die and you go into a place, you know, like this. And you get a new weapon, right? This is the same pistol. It's randomized, so unlucky, but whatever. And when you go back to enter this, you get a, you know, opportunity and ability. So now we have a stamina boost, right? Stamina boost. Yeah, you can see bottom left, our stamina is now 200 instead of 100. If I go ahead and die, not see that bug. Anyways, someone come kill me. I'm a very killable, innocent young man. Hi. Okay. And if we skip, you can see now actually looks better. Not, you know, not loaded, but here is another weapon, a grenade launcher, another, no, same opportunity, another stamina boost. Yay, we have 300 stamina now. You know, we can kill the ghosts. This is not my favorite weapon, to be honest. You know, it does kill them, but it needs some kind of accuracy. This is an SMG. You know, if we hop in, you can see the opportunity now is double jump. And, you know, you can double jump. You know, basic stuff. This was one hell of a time crunch, however. Some of these things got added, like, in the last couple of hours, and to actually, like, pull this jam off, I spent, I believe, like, maybe... It was exactly 42 hours awake. I actually literally have it like... Okay, hold on. I might just completely ruin my setup, but I want to show you. Hold on. Excuse the mess, but if you look right over here, you can see 42 hours awake. I don't know why I was counting it like I was in some jail. But let's get this situated back. Beautiful. Right. 42 hours awake to actually pull this off. And then right after the 42 hours awake, I had to go to university. I cannot explain how painful everything felt. But that's the spirit of the game jam. I am genuinely proud of how this ended up. And I believe that it is quite fun. But now for the code. I can show you some of, how I did some stuff. First of all, I used for this the new UI toolkit, and I love it. I have no idea how I've never actually, how I never gave the UI toolkit a shot, because it is so beautiful. Like, this is pretty much just HTML, CSS, and then the JavaScript in this element is the C#, and it works so well, and it looks so good. It's like, my problem with the old Unity system is there was a lot of finickiness when it came to actually resizing for every screen. This is like perfect. I looked at this game on like maybe 15 computers. From my friends, from my family, from my own laptop, computer, Linux, Windows, Mac. They all looked perfect, and I am just so happy with how this works. It's so beautiful and pretty simple, but it does take some getting used to. Obviously, there's this UI editor, and then there's another. You can just open the actual file. Hold on, main menu.uxml. If we just hop into nvim and then do main menu copilot. Okay, shut up. Main menu.uxml, and then, well, it looks like this because it was generated by the UI thing, the GUI editor. But if you write it yourself, it's a lot cleaner. And then the what's it called? The USS. Yeah, the USS. It's literally CSS. Like, if I do main. Shut up! Main menu.uss, and this is like literally just CSS, and it's so nice and so like consistent. I love it. I'd like to show you a few scripts which I actually have not prepared. I did not prepare any like specific scripts that I wanted to show, but I do want to show some scripts. So, for example, let me show you the HUD script, for example, right? So HUD.cs. This is how you interface with the UI toolkit, and I might have a video on this if you're interested. What you do is you have your variable, right? So let's show you this in here. So let's say the input container. This is what you use to. Hold on. This is what appears in the death screen. If I just disable the HUD, this is what you see, right? So how do you interface with this? How do you like show it and hide it, for example? You have a variable. Let's see. I need to remember what it was. Input container is what I was using for the death screen. If you come down here, you see we just simply let's do input container right there. You find it by doing, so first of all, you get the root up here, and then you start querying the root with .query. Let's say I'm getting the visual element here, which is, a panel or whatever, this thing right here. And you query of type a visual element, and then the name. Now, obviously, searching by string does kind of get a little finicky sometimes. Sometimes you misspell something. Sometimes you forget to actually change the name, which this is something I don't really like about this. But other than that, it works very well. And let's say you have a label here and then another label here, and you want to get this specific label. Instead of changing its name, you can change this, and you can query the HUD itself, right? The HUD container itself. It's pretty good, and I genuinely like it, but it is still gonna get some getting used to, right? I genuinely just decided to learn this in the game jam in like the last 7 hours. I do not know why I did such a rash decision, but it did turn out pretty well. I was obviously using the new Unity game system. Unity input system. You can use, controller, keyboard, and mouse, basic stuff. Let's see. I had for example, for the enemies, they had an entity script, right? This script just had an event for their death and a dissolve container. This is what triggers the dissolve shader. You also have health, basic stuff, nothing too insane. I did some work with making the enemies flash. That wasn't in the initial build, but I ended up deciding to have some sort of feedback. So delicious, honestly. So they had this entity script, and then they had an enemy script that I borrowed from another project of mine. Had some, changing and stuff, but, it's just a Unity nav mesh agent. Let me show you. Just a nav mesh agent with a few things. It's pretty good. We also have the desktop, which is that computer screen that you actually transition from save zone to game in. Nothing too fancy here either. It was just a lot of spaghetti coding, a lot of stuff quickly because time was unbelievably tight. I want to show you maybe what else. I probably should have marked a few things that I wanted to show before I hopped on, but it is so late right now and I just want to wrap things up and go to bed and just leave this project for a while. I'm tired of it. The player controller. Slap this together pretty quickly. You have your, speed and sensitivity. The sensitivity gets, I believe, multiplied down here. I don't fully remember what that was. I finished this project 4 days ago, so yeah. I pretty much just slept for 4 days as well, so I don't really remember much about this. There's also aim assist, which I added, which is very nice. Hold on, let me actually show you the aim assist. Obviously, the aim assist only works with the controller. If we just hop on, give me a beautiful controller. Look, pink, it's beautiful. I have plenty of pink things, very cute. Anyways, you can see right there some very nice aim assist. It's not fully polished, right? But it works. It works quite well, in my opinion. Actually, I played for a bit with it, and it was very, get the hell back over here, man. What the fuck? Oh, hi. And it was pretty nice, yeah, that's the all that there is to it. It's a game jam. Right, so let me go ahead and show you a few of my favorites. So here's my beautiful game. 10 out of 10 game. Honestly, I could not tell you how good this game is. A few nice people have left some nice comments. This beautiful person just said, please play this, Jack, and I am praying that Jack takes a look at this. Chances aren't, too much in my favor, but regardless, I'm happy with the outcome. This is such a beautiful game. It looks so nice, and I enjoyed it so much. But what I've seen is most of the games in the jam didn't take the same approach as I did. I tried to go for something replayable. A few games or a few other games have similar ideas, but the vast majority is just either some visual novel or something very short, and I'm very happy with the variety in the jam. It's so cool to see other creators just, making their own stuff. This is another really nice game. It's a very short game, but its movement controller is so nice. I believe it's actually, yeah, it's web playable. Let me just show you real quick. Just take you out of here. Give it a second to load. It's just such a pretty game, and the movement mechanics are so nice.
Hello, how are you? Hello. Listen, obviously I'm sad that you ended up here, but I am glad that you could make it. So why don't you turn around and walk over here? Much appreciated.
Right, so if you... Oh god. Holy FPS. So if you look at the movement, it's so smooth. Apparently going right does not work in the browser. Okay, whatever. Yeah, it's just such a nice concept, and there's like a bit of a song. I really recommend you play these games, and I'm going to leave them in the description. This is another really nice creator, actually. Fire Games, this person right here. Such a nice person. The game is such a nice idea as well. It's like there's a sentient AI, and you're pretty much just talking to it and telling it about art and stuff. It's a very good game. And then this is another game made in Unreal Engine. A beautiful concept, but unfortunately I faced a bit of a bug at the end. Regardless, all of these very nice games, very nice jam. So many submissions. You can see submissions. Yeah, submissions. So many good games. So many people. I really enjoyed being a part of this, and I'm so happy that Jacksepticeye did this. And yeah, if Jacksepticeye, for whatever reason, decides to play my game, or even so much as sees it, I'm probably going to... I don't really know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to be very happy. I'm going to be a very happy man. Anyways, that's all I have time for today, and I genuinely hope you have such a beautiful rest of your day or evening, and take care.